Tony D and Little Joan in the background, and this is a screenwriter's rant on Jeepers Creepers Reborn because you can't get enough of this. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books, links in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 9, available at Amazon.com. I will be in Whitesbog, New Jersey tomorrow for the big authors signing down in Whitesbog where they cultivated blueberries, so don't miss it. Now, Jeepers Creepers. Every 23 years, there's a monster. So I like the feel of these movies. The feel is this sort of urban legend. And they've cultivated it over several movies, and I guess there's a fan base here. I don't know. It just seems like the same old stuff. In this case, they go to like a Burning Man type event. The main characters who are all going to be horribly murdered, and it's near where Jeepers Creepers spawns or lives or whatever he does. They end up in a haunted house, and then one by one he kills them. I mean, sure. Hey, if you like these kind of movies, it looks fine. If you want to see characters get murdered one by one, I don't think you're going to see any major revelations here. I don't think it'll be particularly creepy. I think it'll be a lot of jump cuts and a lot of tricks of the camera and all that good stuff. So, Jeepers Creepers Reborn. If you want special 3-night fan event, only in theaters, 19th, 20th, and 21st from Fathom Events. That's near Halloween, so that could be fun. Look, this is what it's always been. It's a way to scare your date. You take your date out. If you're a young guy and you get her to watch a scary movie together, and you laugh, and she jumps and grabs you and hides her eyes, and then you go out afterwards, and it's a great time. That's what it mainly is. That's what it's always been. The other thing it is it's horror, so it translates well overseas. There he is. There's the creeper guy. So you can have this go overseas, and because people in Japan or Russia or whatever, they'll understand all the murdering. Every 23 years, it's a good number to pick, I guess. It's a prime number. But these movies tend to bore me. I'm not knocking if you like them, but they're kind of all the same. I hand it to them. They built up the legend as best they can. I don't know if it's based on anything. Maybe it is. I prefer, of course, South Jersey legends, but this is okay. It's got the trappings of it. I mean, how many times are they going to go back to the old house, though? Like, why haven't they torn down this house? Why hasn't it just burned down? It's always a whole old house full of traps, and they get trapped in. This is kind of cool. He's making, like, throwing stars out of people's bones. It's a bit of a different twist, I guess. I don't know if he did that in the previous movies. Hurry up, get in the door. Feels more like a video game than a movie to me, though. And there's scenes with bats, and he's in an overcoat, and he's very creepy. Here he's going to bust through the wall. They showed it in the trailer. I didn't just guess that. So, yeah, I mean, but, you look at a movie like Halloween, it's the same movie. It's the same movie, slightly different story. It's just people being murdered. Characters being murdered, I should say, in crazy ways. So I guess if you're into that, if you like seeing people being murdered, including a guy with a very burly beard, this is for you. So first act, all the characters are together, and they go to the Burning Man or whatever the hell it is. Oh, and they hear the legend. Oh yeah, that crazy legend. Ha 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 ha. That'll never happen to us. That'll never happen to us. Here's probably the survivor. I don't know. We're just gonna have a great time at this show. And then you get the first act. You see the show. You establish all the characters. And then for some reason they go to the house. Like it's late at night and they're so bored. Yeah, it wasn't enough to just talk about the legend. Let's go to the actual house because nothing's going to happen. Oh, right, nothing. Totally nothing's going to happen. And then they go, and then they're trapped in the house and they get murdered one by one. And that's most of the second act and part of the third. You know, the first half of the second act, somebody has an accident, and then they're trapped or they're nearly murdered or something, and they find a bunch of creepy stuff. But you know, they deal with it, but then slowly but surely, instead of just leaving the house, they either get trapped or they stay there way too long, and then next thing you know, somebody's dead, and then it's like, well, we can't leave without Frank's body or without avenging him, or I can't call the police for some reason because the phones never work. But then by the third act, they're actively fighting him, and then one person like, I'm gonna kill this guy, I'm gonna kill the Jeepers Creepers, and I don't know, and they either kill him or he kills all them, or maybe one girl survives, and she becomes the hook for the next one, maybe, or maybe they kill them all. I don't know. I don't even care. Like, there's nothing here to make me go, oh, I gotta see this. It's just people being murdered. At least with Jamie Lee Curtis, kind of knew her. And the first Halloween is very good. I mean, I'm sure fans will argue that the first Jeepers Creepers, great, you gotta see it, it's a classic. Nah, no, I don't. No, I don't. And no, I haven't seen any of these movies. So maybe they're good. I'm sure you're gonna argue in the comments, oh no, it's good. Well, yeah, you gotta see it. It just looks like the same stuff to me, and especially this far down the line. I mean, now it's Jeepers Creepers Reborn. Probably a good time since they set up 23 years. I think that was set up in the other movies somewhere. So maybe it's been 23 years since the first movies. These movies came out when? Probably the early 2000s, maybe the 90s. So it's Leatherface, it's Halloween, it's Jason Voorhees, it's Freddy Krueger without the dreams. I get it. I don't knock it if you like these movies. I'm not knocking it. They're just not scary to me, kiddos. Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan. Oh, by the way, I wouldn't see this movie. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more base takes. Hope to see you in Whitesbog, New Jersey, where we got the Pineys and the Jersey Devil. A real legend. See ya tomorrow.